So we are all set for the final race of the weekend here. The Classic at Silverstone coming here to conclusion with the Classic Mini Challenge. Bill Solis, car number 80 on the left as you look at it. Nathan Heathcote on the right. Bill won the race yesterday, but it was a hard-fought battle. Chris Middlehurst in number 104, you can see. Then Enduff Owens in the blue-coloured car. Chris Morgan should have been up behind them, but he has pulled off to the side of the road. Aaron Smith is next up in car number 18. They are coming out of Club Corner, waiting for the signal from the lights to release them into racing action once again. And the final race of the weekend is underway. Bill Solis pulls away from pole position, and just look at all the minis. We're going to see 5 cars abreast pretty much going into the first corner at Abbey. Good start from Bill, but Nathan is round the outside trying to take full advantage through Abbey Corner, and Nathan is side by side. Bill will have the inside line for the next right-hander, so he's going to brake as late as possible. Who's brave? Who's brave on the brakes? Enduff Owens going really deep into the corner as well. Heathcote's got the advantage here. Bill is on the outside. Heathcote on the inside, and I think he's going to take the lead. Yes, he is, and Bill Solis finds himself back in second. Great opening stint here now. Can he find a way back through? Are we going to get a battle all the way? And let's not forget that starting right down at the back, Ian Curley. We will be watching to see whether he can make any progress. I'm not sure he's going to get up with the leaders. Bill Solis now drawing alongside as they come down towards Brooklands, going for the late braking manoeuvre, and he's got back in front.
And that was the slipstream he took advantage of there. He stayed behind Nathan
we've got somebody sideways in the middle there.
And he managed to slide through before they got to Brooklands. In second place, Heathcote. Third now is Enduff Owens. And in fourth place is Aaron Smith, is it? I think in the red car, yes it is, in fourth place. So they come through Woodcote and along the old pit straight for the first time. Now they'll start weaving around, just trying to break that toe. It's Bill Solis leading from Nathan Heathcote in second place, turn into Copse Corner. But look at Enduff Owens in third place. He's going to get a great toe now up the hill towards Maggots and Beckett's, and we might see him dive out even as early as Beckett's.
Aaron Smith is in there, so is Chris Middlehurst. There is everything to choose between them. So we've got a real group of cars just beginning to pull away a little bit from the next section, and it's Bill Solis who's just got control over Nathan Heathcote. Then, as you say, Enduff Owens, who's a very dramatic racer. We saw him yesterday slithering and sliding all over the place, but that Bill took advantage through Beckett's. He got a little bit of a break, really took that well, and opened up a car length or two, which has given him a strong position heading down the hanger straight towards Stowe. But the battle for second now is on, lights ablaze on Enduff Owens' car, and then right there with them, we've got the number 18 machine of Aaron Smith.
With that flapping bonnet again, same as yesterday. And as they go down the hill into the Vale and then into the left-hander, is it going to be Bill Solis? Yes, it is. Still Bill Solis leading from Nathan Heathcote. Enduff Owens trying to nip through on the inside of Heathcote. He'll maybe try...
Oh, Bill's gone too wide.
Yeah, and that's let Heathcote through, and Enduff Owens got a great run out of club, and he's going to come up alongside Bill Solis as they come up the Hamilton Straight. Now he tucks in behind to get a good slipstream, but look at Aaron Smith as well in the red car on the right-hand side of the track there as they come through Abbey into Farm. Heathcote's made a great break at the moment. Solis seems to be holding up the others as they come up to the right-hander at Village, and late as possible on the brakes.
Ian Curley's made good progress from the back of the grid. He's now up into 12th place already. So as we thought, he is a front runner, and he is charging his way through the field. Hopefully he keeps the car in one piece. He was a bit unlucky yesterday with damage to the car. So the top two are breaking away a little bit. Enduff Owens is coming under pressure from Aaron Smith for third. The car with the lights ablaze, that is Enduff Owens. And up front, as you can see, Heathcote with a slight advantage over Bill Solis. Now Aaron Smith goes to the outside on the approach to Brooklands, the flapping bonnet. I hope that doesn't slow him down. Chris Middlehurst tucks in behind in 5th position. And Jeff Smith is joining into the fun and games as well. That's nice to see, but nobody actually finding a way through just yet. That is Jeff Smith, number 55 at the back. And in fact, I think he's got past Chris Middlehurst there. Certainly he's side by side with him as they come out of Brooklands and into the sweeping right-hander at Woodcote. Up front, Heathcote still has the advantage.
Coming up towards Copse Corner now, and Heathcote still leads from Bill Solis in second place. Then it's the blue car of Enduff Owens. Then it's Aaron Smith in the red car. Then Middlehurst, who's now been passed by Jeff Smith. So Jeff Smith up into 5th. Middlehurst down to 6 as they go up over the crest towards the left-hander at Maggots. Now they come through our camera shot. That just shows you how quickly they're going. They're only little minis, but they're really flying as they go now through Beckett's, and it's still the 155 car of Nathan Heathcote that leads. But look at Bill Solis. He's broken away a little bit from Endaf Owens, and indeed Owens has broken away from Aaron Smith, who's now got Jeff Smith right behind him. So it's the Smiths on the Hanger Straight. Can Jeff Smith get the toe coming down? He just shows his nose out to the left-hand side. Now he might cut back to the inside, but the leader's coming into Stowe.
Yeah, Bill Solis having a bit of a run. Now, he's quick through Beckett, so he's closed that gap up a bit. Where he made the mistake was at Club. He basically carried too much speed into the left-hand section. This is the part where he went in too quick last time. Let's see how it goes this time. Heathcote was very good through here. He's very neat and tidy. Here was where Bill Solis ran wide. This time he's much more composed. If anything, he's gone a bit too slow. So it's just getting that balance right between chucking it in flat out. In fact, he's under pressure from Endaf Owens as a result. So for some reason, Bills hasn't quite sorted out the Club corner in the current state. Heathcote is doing it beautifully, and it has gained him an advantage, and Owens has gone up into second place now. Solis has dropped back down to third. Then, as you say, the two Smiths are right behind, and they're putting some pressure on and trying to go through. Solis has lost another place potentially here. Jeff Smith going, but Bill's got the inside line, and he may get it back as Jeff runs a bit wide. Aaron now comes alongside him. Don't touch, get through safely. Aaron squeezing through on the inside through Aintree, and they come back onto the straight. Solis has got work to do here.
And I think Jeff Smith might come under pressure from Chris Middlehurst now, because he got a great run through Aintree, and because Jeff was trying to get past the cars ahead, he slowed himself down. But Endaf Owens it is at the head of this group in second place. The leader, Nathan Heathcote, out of shot. Chris Middlehurst at the back there being challenged by Jeff Smith going into Luffield. Jeff Smith goes on the inside line, gets alongside. They run side by side all the way around Luffield. There's the leader now, Nathan Heathcote. Oh, and retirement for
another wheel off.
Yes, that's very unusual. That's Philip House, who's a multiple VW champion a few years ago, moved over to Mini Racing.
Yeah, it's strange we've seen two Minis lose front wheels for some reason in this. Okay, so we've still got a battle as Owens coming under pressure from Bill Solis. Bill tried a little run into Copse, didn't quite work. This is all allowing Heathcote a chance to get away. Ian Curley, by the way, up to 11th place now and is in a next group. This is sort of group that's behind this group. There is a gap here, as you can see, after Middlehurst, back to Wheeler, and then you've got Paddy, Drydale, Cullen, and then Curley. So he may still be able to close up a bit further. I'm not sure he's going to catch this particular group, which is fighting hard for the podium positions in this remaining race. Still just under 13 minutes to go. Heathcote has the advantage. Endaf Owens in second place. Bill Solis, yesterday's winner, currently in third, chased by Aaron Smith in the dark red, almost maroon coloured car with a flapping bonnet there. Up and down it goes. Jeff Smith is tucked in behind in the very neat little number 55 car. Sliding about even more behind him was Chris Middlehurst, and this group is staying together for now, but Heathcote with the advantage up front, and it's through this section that he really does have great pace.
Yes, and he's the leader has broken the toe back to Endaf Owens, hasn't he? So he's now got to keep it clean and try and stay ahead as the rest of the field come through Club, and Heathcote coming up towards Abbey. Then it's Endaf Owens next up, then Bill Solis, then Aaron Smith, Jeff Smith and Chris Middlehurst as they turn through the fast right-hander, and into the left they come, and Ian Curley, who we thought would do really well, is dropping down. So I think
he's in the pits.
He's gone in the pits, right.
Yeah.
So he's got a problem. Maybe something to do with the damage from yesterday, we don't know. But meantime, up to the loop they come, and the leader and Endaf Owens go through, but a great battle for third place with Bill Solis trying to hold off Aaron Smith, Jeff Smith and Chris Middlehurst, and the cars behind will get a great tow down the long the Wellington Straight into Brooklands.
Yeah, so which way is this going to go? You can see that Aaron Smith's going to try the outside line into Brooklands. Bill Solis is pretty late on the brakes into this corner. We've seen this a number of times, and actually Jeff Smith is trying to join in the fun and games just there. Bill runs a bit wide though, and he's now under pressure through Luffield as round the outside goes Aaron Smith. Is that going to work? I'm not sure. Solis has got a line coming out, nope, so it doesn't quite work for Aaron to take the place, but Bill is under massive pressure But now you've got the two Smiths side by side once again. Jeff on the inside, Aaron on the outside. As they head down towards Copse Corner, it looks as though they're going to still be side by side as they go into the quick right-hander. Can they both get through safely? Oh, down the inside goes Jeff, and he gets ahead of Aaron for now. They have dropped back just a fraction from Bill Solis as a result of all the battles that they're putting together. Chris Middlehurst is chasing after them. That has opened up the fight just a touch. Bill Solis has been given a little bit of freedom now to go chasing after Endaf Owen, who is in second place. But Nathan Heathcote leading this race and looking very much in charge. Set the fastest lap last time around, although actually Owens has closed that gap, hasn't he, a bit to Heathcote over this last part of the lap.
Yeah, and it's we're halfway through the race pretty much, 10 minutes to go, so down the straight towards Stowe Corner we're just focusing on Jeff Smith trying to get past Bill Solis. There's Chris Middlehurst, who's got past Aaron Smith, so he's been shuffled right to the back of that group, and he was at the lead of it just three-quarters of a lap ago. So they're coming up through the Vale now, up the hill into the left-hander at Club, and it's still Bill Solis just leading Jeff Smith as they turn through the long right-hander at Club Corner and out onto the Hamilton Straight once again. Jeff Smith got a good run through there, and he'll get a pretty good tow as well up the straight. But look at Endaf Owens, he's closing on the leader as they turn into Abbey and Farm.
Yeah, they both did a very similar lap time going through that time. I'm not quite sure why the timing on your left here. There's Owens, he's back in there. It was suddenly missing for a moment, but he has just set the fastest lap actually, 2:33.4. So he was quicker on that previous lap, and that's how he's managed to close it down to just 0.5 of a second between Nathan and himself. But can he gain that little bit more? If anything, I'd say that Heathcote's just beginning to push it out again a touch. Bill Solis is still under massive pressure from Jeff Smith, but that was a fastest lap from Endaf Owens on that last lap. The little blue car, he's turned his lights off for now. He had them ablaze a few moments ago. Now he's going for the more subtle approach as he chases after our race leader, hopping that little inside rear wheel off the ground. You see that through quite a few of the corners, the inside rear tyre off the tarmac. And that's typical of minis as they race at a flat out level here. Further down the order, one or two little changes, but it is really this key battle up front, which is proving pretty close. Endaf Owens, a bit slower on lap 2 and lap 3 than Nathan, but it was that lap 4 where he has gained 0.7 of a second.
Now he's trying to continue to close that gap. He runs a little bit wide at Copse Corner across the curbing, bounces around, but
I think it flicked the window open too.
Oh, did it? Yes. So they're coming up to Beckett's now, and Nathan Heathcote drifts the car through, and then a great shot there of Jeff Smith trying to get past Bill Solis. Jeff just throwing the car into the corner and through the long right-hander in the middle of Beckett's. Then they run out towards Chapel Curve, out onto the Hanger Straight once again, and still Bill Solis holds on to that third place. From this angle it looks like Endaf Owens is closer to the leader, but I think it's probably just the camera foreshortening the view, and there's the flapping bonnet of Aaron Smith at the back with Chris Middlehurst in between.
I love watching the minis on a racetrack. It's the balance that they have, you know, the way they just drift, and they really get into a proper four-wheel drift. You can see it through Beckett's. That camera angle, as you said, is delightful. That you can see the whole car just sliding, and they might not be the fastest cars in a straight line, but just look at the balance of them. They are such fun things to drive. It sort of makes me think, you know, escorts on a rally stage or minis on a tarmac circuit. They just have wonderful balance, and they are joy to drive. That's why mini racing has lasted so long, because the drivers love it and it's entertaining to watch. Now, as you say, the battle up front is close as ever, isn't it? Just 0.3 of a second between them now.
Yes, I think Endaf Owens is having a really good go now to close the gap to Nathan Heathcote. If he can get in a little bit closer and start to get a really good tow down the long straight, which they're coming to now. They're going through the left-hander at Aintree onto the Wellington Straight. If he can get close enough, he might be able to just draft past on the run into Brooklands, and now we'll see the battle for third place. And it's still Bill Solis, and looks like Jeff Smith's ahead of Chris Middlehurst, although they could be side by side, and then Aaron Smith at the back, and Aaron Smith's coming through the middle actually, and Chris Smith, it's three abreast into Brooklands to the left-hander, but it looks like it's still Chris Middlehurst in that position, but there's the two leaders. They are closer, aren't they? And through Luffield they go, now along the straight towards Copse Corner.
Yeah, and great judgment. The difficulty with is you can almost turn in flat out through some of these corners in the minis, but if you do it just a bit too much, then you run too wide and you scrub away some of that forward momentum that you need as well. That's what Nathan is doing beautifully well, I have to say. He's maintaining that forward momentum, but Enda Owens is attacking, and I'm not counting him out of this just yet. He's bouncing over the curve on the exit of Copse, but he has set some very impressive laps. He did a 2-minute 33.5 last time around, which again was slightly quicker than Heathcote, but it isn't enough to get alongside. So Solis has managed to just make a bit of a break because the others are all fighting so hard together. Solis has got it into a slightly clearer third. Enda runs a touch wide there at Beckett's. It does feel to me as though he's perhaps chucking it in a little bit too quick, but he's still right in the slipstream. Solis has got a bit of space in third, but I don't know if that's going to last because he's still giving a tow to the group of 3 cars behind him. 5 minutes to go, and at the moment it's looking good for Nathan Heathcote, but Enda Owens is not going to give up. Look at that right rear wheel off the ground, hopped up in the air, over the curve he goes, runs wide. Those rear windows are flapping open, but he's still putting in a fantastic performance. There's Solis in third place, and then this other little group, Jeff Smith, Aaron Smith and Chris Middlehurst, nothing to choose between them. Middlehurst having a really good run through there.
Yes, Middlehurst seems to be good at this end of the circuit, closes up, but then he lost out last time when they came up to the top. He's got a really good toe on Aaron Smith now, and he's tried on the right, tried on the left. Now they're going through Abbey, and he'll try again, no doubt, on the run up to Village on the break. So watch out now. Is it going to be Aaron Smith or Chris Middlehurst into Village? Middlehurst tries the best he can, and in fact Smith runs a little bit wide, so Middlehurst tries to go up the outside. Now he'll try to cut back on the inside, and no way through there. Aaron Smith drove a really good sequence of corners there to keep Chris Middlehurst behind him as they go through Aintree out onto the Wellington Straight. Now we've got the long shot of the leader, Nathan Heathcote leading Enda Owens, and then Bill Solis now a little bit lonely there on the Wellington Straight.
Yeah, well, slightly lonely third place, but that could change, of course. We've still got a tremendous tussle between these three, currently fighting over fourth place. But let's see whether they can potentially get back into a podium position as well. That last lap, we did see, again, good laps from all of the top 3, but it was actually Heathcote, the race leader, who was a fraction faster, and he's opened up the gap to Owens to just over a second now. Wouldn't say that's comfortable at all, but Nathan is doing a fantastic job of controlling his pace, just easing the car and keeping it ahead. When you've got that much pressure on you, so mighty easy to make a mistake, but no little errors so far from Nathan Heathcote. Chris Middlehurst is loving being back in a Mini. You can almost see the enjoyment as he slithers and slides his way around through Copse Corner and heads down towards the very fast sequence of left and rights, and again a big four-wheel drift through here, hopping the wheel off the ground. Middlehurst now putting Aaron Smith under more pressure. Can he get a decent run out of the corner and get the toe and have an attack down towards Stowe? I'm not sure he's got quite the pace he needs, and Heathcote is still doing everything he needs to do to stay in front of Enda Owens. It's stalemate at the moment, but it could still change with 2.5 minutes to go.
And the Jeff Smith car not in touch with Bill Solis anymore. In fact, he's being caught by Aaron Smith and Chris Middlehurst, who are battling behind him, and Jeff Smith runs a little bit wide but gets back in ahead of Aaron Smith. But they've all closed up now into the Vale, and they turn into the right-hander, the left-hander at Club, and then into the right-hander, and these three all together with Chris Middlehurst getting a nice wide line round there. So will he get a good run up the Hamilton Straight immediately behind Aaron Smith now, who's immediately behind Jeff Smith as they come up to Abbey? I don't think this is an overtaking spot, but it leads up to a little bit sideways there for Aaron Smith, didn't he? Just a bit of opposite lock. But this leads up to the tight right-hander at Village, which is definitely an overtaking spot if you're late on the brakes. Okay, well, let's see. Are there going to be any more changes? It just shows you how challenging it is. It looks, every now and then, it looks as though, oh, he's going to be able to get alongside, but it doesn't quite happen. Hops over the curb. And for the moment, Jeff Smith is still holding on to that fourth place. But here comes Aaron, tries the outside, cuts back to the inside. Clever stuff. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble because he had to
make a quick correction there, and Chris Middlehurst will try and take advantage of both as he goes right to the inside. Which way do I go? Inside, outside, how about the middle? We nearly get 3 abreast into Brooklands, not quite in the end. It's 2 side by side, the 2 Smiths again, as Jeff goes very wide, gets back on the tarmac, and Middlehurst gives him space, which is just as well, otherwise there would be contact as he rejoined, and it's given Aaron the chance to get in front of this little group again. All change in the fight for 4th, and it's still nothing to choose between them, but Nathan Heathcote is looking very comfortable, and I think we're going to count down to 0 on this lap. I think we're on the final lap. Nathan Heathcote is on target for victory.
And going up the rise towards Maggots and into the Beckett's complex, and Nathan Heathcote looks to be in a commanding position, and then we get the rear view of Bill Solis's car. He's in a strong 3rd place now, but we don't know who's going to finish in 4th place, because that's the great battle going on behind them. But here's the leader, Nathan Heathcote. Once he got past Bill Solis earlier on, he really has stamped his authority on this race. He's managed to hold his position, keep the gap back to end of Owens, big enough that Owens can't get the toe and try and get past as they come down the hanger straight. They look very small on the very wide hanger straight, don't they? And down into Stowe Corner for the last time, it's the leader, Nathan Heathcote.
Yeah, he's driven superbly today, and not quite able to get past Bill Solis yesterday, but he found a way through today, and having done so, he's then protected his position with Endaf Owens in 2nd place. Down through the final section of the Silverstone circuit, and the finale to the Classic of 2021 sees Nathan Heathcote win the Classic Mini Challenge, and he's celebrating with lots of wobbles across the line. 2nd place goes to Endaf Owens, 3rd Bill Solis, 4th in the end goes to Jeff Smith, the head of Aaron Smith and Chris Middlehurst. Thanks guys for putting on such a wonderful show that we could all thoroughly enjoy as a finale to the weekend's activities on circuit. We really did enjoy that, and some great driving further back down the order, but we were so busy focusing on that lead battle, I'm afraid we didn't manage to see everybody else. But and bad luck to Ian Curley, I'm afraid. He started from the back, made good progress, and then we saw him retire in the pits yet again. It hasn't been one of Ian's best weekends. I'm sure he'll be back in the future to deliver some solid results. Well done to Nathan Heathcote though. That was a glorious drive to take victory. And well, it was nice in a way to see different winners in the minis after a good battle yesterday that was won by Bill Solis. This time Nathan took top-notch